the South Sound sports leader. We go now to our featured game with award-winning sportscaster Scott Overbo.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Curtis High Gymnasium, the junior high. It's back to school night for the Curtis basketball team. They will take on Decatur Gators. Curtis number one in the SBSL right now. Decatur coming into the matchup about a half an hour from now. Number two in the SBSL, and now it's a chance to talk with the athletic director, Curtis High School, Terry Jenks. And I just want to know, why are we not playing in the high school gym? I'm sure you've had that question a lot this year.
Scotty, thanks very much for coming tonight. We are not able to host a game yet in our high school gym. It's going to be a brand new facility. We went all the way to the ground with the old Curtis High School gym. 36 years of great memories in that place, but we're building something that's going to be really special for hosting our physical education classes and our athletic programs. Some of the things that we're putting into the gym have taken a little bit extra time, and we're not rushing our contractor to get those things done right.
Well, I guess it seems like every time I call, you've taken somebody on a tour. So take us on a tour right now in our minds, that we can see what everything's going to have in the facility that you didn't have before, that will enhance.
The new gymnasium has a foyer that will be a very grand entrance into the building. It's a terrazzo floor, which is the flooring that you'll see up at the SeaTac Airport in their new addition area. It's a really good wearing surface and very beautiful. There's a big wood wall that'll host our trophy cases and recognize our heritage here at Curtis High School and the successes we've had in our programs. We've added two 55-inch flat panel TVs that will scroll our Hall of Fame and recognize those people, as well as announcements. It'll be hooked up to closed-circuit TV, so if you don't finish your popcorn and you want to stay out in the lobby and finish that up, you'll still be able to watch the game at the same time. So that's the lobby area. The gymnasium is a full 90-foot floor, 94-foot floor, which we think will give us extra space for our programs. There's two full competition side courts that are available. The bleachers will seat almost 1,700 people. Brand new large center logo, brand new scoreboard that has a digital media center that can scroll messages and show players' stats. Then we're adding 4 locker rooms, so there'll be enough locker rooms when we host tournaments that each team will have their own separate locker room. Each of those locker rooms, one thing I saw when our football team played at Quest Field, there was a game clock in the locker room that'll be attached to the scoreboard, so you won't have to have an assistant coach watching his clock. You'll automatically see that there's 3 minutes left until halftime's over, and you can get the kids out there to get their warm-up. So we've put a little special touches in there like that to make it a special place for both our student-athletes and as well as our spectators.
Terry, I really enjoy watching baseball when the baseball season. I got here a little early tonight because I wasn't sure what the setup was like, and I happened to see the new softball and the new baseball field. Absolutely unbelievable. Tell us a little bit about what was put in the new facility for the baseball team.
We've got an outstanding community that really supports us very well. 4 years ago, our community passed an $86 million bond for these capital projects. The new junior high school that we're in right now, a brand new elementary school, University Place Elementary. The fields as connected to this project are synthetic grass infields, natural grass outfields. It'll be all-weather play for our baseball and fast pitch teams. The new high school gym, we're also going to be remodeling and expanding our swimming pool to an 8-lane competition pool. It'll have an expanded seating area. Basically, we have planned something that hopefully will be only second best to the King County Aquatic Center as far as pools in this area. And then the last part of those projects are another almost $1 million in our Performing Arts Center for some improvements there.
I've talked about all the athletic facilities. That was going to be my next question. What are some of the other changes to kind of bring Curtis High School to where you brought Curtis Junior High?
Well, we've had, like I said, outstanding support from our community that has added us to, with good planning from the top down, our Superintendent Patty Banks and Deputy Superintendent Terry Poland, and working with our community facilities groups, giving us good advice about what are some important projects from the community's perspective. We all have been all about, in the schools and the city, growing together and hopefully providing opportunities for our kids to develop well-rounded graduates from Curtis High School that get a chance to experience the very best of facilities and programs in whatever their interest might be, whether it's into their athletics or their performing arts, or into their academics. We have a math team and a knowledge bowl team that compete every year at the state level in those academic subject and activity areas as well.
We'll come back and continue our conversation with the athletic director at Curtis High School. This will be the high school game of the week on your high school sports leader, 1180 KLAY. Welcome back. It's back to school night for the Curtis basketball team there over just really across the street playing in a beautiful gymnasium, the junior high for tonight's game against the Decatur Gators. Terry Jenks, as we continue our conversation, and been successful with the sports program. Emily Cotter and the girls volleyball team, second place state this year. Ramel Dockery, Jason Walker, Max Hersey, Keegan Edwards, and two of the other guys' name on the football team with a pretty good showing this football season, undefeated during the regular year, and running into the steamroller that went on to win the state championship. Talk about what makes those teams so successful this year.
Again, Scotty, we have to get back to our community. As athletic directors, we talk a lot about classifications and what it takes to be successful at the highest level, the 4A in the state of Washington. And really, it's very little about school size anymore. It's about finding a coach that's going to motivate these young student athletes to continue to work and improve their games, as well as stay academically focused to improve in the classroom, the things that they need to do there, and keep them out for sports, even though it's very grueling to try to fit in, maybe playing multiple sports, etc. But it's working with those coaches and then combining those with some youth programs. We've been very fortunate to have Little Vikes youth football, Little Vikes wrestling. We've started now an AAU UPLE basketball program, and really it's about setting up the foundations in those kids that once they get to the high school level, they're ready to take the next step with that coach to really consistently compete at that highest level.
Well, some of the sports that really don't get a lot of publicity. I wrestled back in high school. We talked. I called you up a couple months ago and asked about Caden Del Toro and what he was like. One of the best wrestlers in the nation. Talk about the wrestling program and what are the chances of how many of the wrestlers making it out of the state tournament?
We've got an outstanding coach in Doug Cowan, long history, all the way back to some roots in Clover Park, and been now at Curtis High School for about 15 years, and really a solid program that has the end in mind and helps kids prepare all season long to be at their best and at peak level at state tournament time. I'm fortunate enough almost every year to ask my principal, hey, I need Friday off, MAC Classic's going, we've got 4 or 5 kids wrestling, and they always seem to do well at that level consistently throughout the season. Caden is an outstanding athlete. He's got some athletic talents. He's also a great kid, very coachable, very mentally tough, and obviously at wrestling, that's one of the critical parts. You get down, but you can turn it right around real quick if you stay with your game plan and stay with it. And Caden's shown this year through a tough SPSL season to be able to do that.
Well, Coach Kelly is extremely successful at Lincoln, leading them to back-to-back state championships. What's it like to have him on staff here?
Coach Kelly is a great teacher, coach, very dedicated to his students in the classroom and controlling or working with his basketball players as well. Regularly, especially this year when we had to do late practice here, the kids are in his classroom after school, checking in, getting done with homework, going and visiting teachers and getting that academic tutoring that they need. Coach Kelly definitely is looking out for the well-rounded student athlete. He works them hard, talks about teamwork and discipline and hard work that are going to help them be successful, whether they continue and go on in basketball the next level or whether it's something else, their career or their family, they're going to be successful because of their experience with Coach Kelly.
We'll come back and continue our conversation with Terry Jenks, the athletic director at Curtis High School. You're listening to the Decatur Curtis game and your high school sports leader, 1180 KLAY.